Well, it's another beautiful day out here, and where are we going? Tell me where we're going.
Well, I don't know.
We're going to get seeds for our garden.
We're going to get seeds for our garden. Look at it. It opens. Mommy, is that good for Maddie?
Well, I think you would like that.
Here you go, Maddie.
That's really Matt's kind of thing, but... Well, we got some skin in the game now. I think it was like 120 bucks for all this stuff, but honestly, I think that is as much or less than what we usually spend when we buy sprouted plants already, and we could grow way more if we get all this to go. What do you think?
Just like every year.
Can you show me what you got?
A little tiny pot for it.
What are you gonna plant in that pot?
Blue Amy blossom with a blue head.
Okay. What else you got here?
I got rock heads. This one has dirt. This one has dirt. And that's the clearly one. This one has water.
Cool. I want to show how messy our trunk is. Here on Farmertylerranch, we treat our cars like trucks. And what is a trunk but a pickup bed with carpet and a cover on it, right? All right, well, we just got back from town, and as you saw, we got a ton of seeds. Last year, I noticed that everything we started from seed in the garden did a lot better than the things that we tried to transplant. So this year, I wanted to try to start everything from seed and see if that trend continues. As I'm filming this, it's still early February and it's still kind of cold, so some of that stuff I think I can start now, like the spinach or carrots, things that kind of like or prefer colder weather, but the rest of the stuff is gonna have to wait. And I am planning to build a greenhouse as well, but obviously that's not happening today. Macy did say that she wants to help plant the seeds, and she's going to take a nap right now. So we're gonna put a pin in that for now, and I'm gonna come here in the shop and work on the tractor a little bit. Couple things I'd like to get done today. First one being, I want to clean up this front cover plate. This will cover the camshaft gear and the crank gear, basically this area. The other thing that I would like to get done today is I need to build a little block off plate for this hole here in the side of the engine where the hydraulic pump would have gone. I got to thinking about it. I probably really didn't need to paint this because it is cast aluminum and it's not like it was gonna rust, but I don't know. Everything's gonna be primered when it goes together, and then everything will get painted. So next, I need to get my little block off plate done here. You can see this is a really basic and simple deal that I got going here. I just need to cut a piece out that is exactly that shape, get some holes in the right spot, and we'll be done. That'll be nice and clean. It'll be better than the plate that was on there, which was sort of cobbled together and didn't really look all that great. Sorry, Grandpa. I know you're the one that put it on there, but what he had, it was just a little piece of 2-inch flat bar. My goal is to make something that A, won't leak, and B, looks factory, because until I get a spare $1,000 that I have no idea what to do with, I won't be putting another hydraulic pump on this thing. So I've got a piece of 1/4-inch scrap here that I think this is gonna fit perfectly, so we're gonna do it. First I wanna clean off this, mosquitoes. I wanna clean off this mounting surface because I don't have this gasket, and probably not gonna buy one. I'll probably just use silicone here. So I wanna clean this up and make it seal good. I think this is wide enough, yeah, just wide enough. So basically, actually we just cut it off with that white line there. So the hard part now is transferring that shape to my little piece of metal here. And the way this is configured, it's not like I can just hold the metal on there and trace the shape that I need. So there's a few ways to do this, and I'm just gonna show you the one that I'm gonna use today. So I'm gonna take some grease and wipe it on this surface that I want to duplicate. And that might not be perfect, but there's enough of an outline there that I can now trace that with my pencil, and I'll be pretty darn close. Let's see, this side actually came out pretty good. All right, that'll get me close. I can cut out the rough shape with the bandsaw, and then I'll more than likely have to bring the grinder back and tune this up a little bit. How hot is that? Pretty hot. It's more or less the middle. Well, last minute little customization here, and I really like that. I think it looks cool. And I think I want to leave this plate as just polished steel the way you see it now. So I've got it clear coated, and that's the reason why I didn't make a gasket or seal this, because I will have to take this off when I paint the engine block. So things are coming along here. Still a lot of cleanup work to do. And this rear end, I just kind of keep looking at it, and I'm not real excited about tearing into this thing. I know several of you noted how tough it might be to get this axle nut off now that I have the tires removed and the tractor up on the stand. But what I noticed when I was messing around with things is that these nuts are not even hand tight. I mean, I think the only thing keeping that nut from backing off of here is the clip. And that nut being loose is what allows this hub to move in and out like that. So why that nut is so loose, I am not sure. And the other one is the same way. Not quite as bad on this side, but it is still, I can move it by hand. So these are gonna be really easy to get off. And I know that they're not supposed to be that way. And hopefully we can figure out why they are that way. But then the other big thing back here, you can see everything leaks. The PTO leaks, the pan on the bottom leaks, the rear axle seal, or the gasket I should say, here on the axle housing leaks. So this has all gotta come apart. And one thing I did learn is that this PTO does work, but I'm not able to turn it off. So it's always in the on position for some reason, but the lever that would control the PTO is seized up here. So, well, it's not seized up, but I shouldn't say that. It won't move. What's the best way to say that? It's stuck, I guess. So I'm not really sure why that is. I don't have any intention of using this tractor for PTO work. The only thing it might be good for would be like running the hammer mill. But other than that, it just doesn't really have enough power to do the other jobs that I would want to do with it. And I've got my New Holland. So if I need to do PTO work, I'm going to use the New Holland anyway, not this tractor. But with the tractor in gear, like we're in, what are we in, second there? If I turn the crankshaft, you can see that the PTO does spin. So I don't know, it might be worth poking around here and figuring out why this lever is locked up. But like I say, I'm not really too worried about it because it's not what I intend to use the tractor for. And I know I got some tractor fanatics out there, definitely the people that are still watching, right? So I've uncovered the serial number on this block and I'm wondering what kind of tractor it's from. It's not from an NAA because I know that the NAA serial numbers have NAA as part of the number, which this does not. So if you're a tractor expert, tell me what kind of tractor did this engine come off of? In fact, I'm not even sure if this is the serial number. It's on the side of the block here behind like where the distributor would be, right underneath where the dipstick is. That's the only number I can really find on this thing. I know the NAAs are supposed to have their serial number either up here on the transmission, which this has nothing, and I think the other place it's like up here, right below where the head mounts to the block, and again, no number. So there is a little number down here, 507, and then a 2, but I don't know. This is strange. Everything that I've looked up, an NAA or a Jubilee should have numbers in these other places where this engine does not. So if you got an idea, let me know. Well, wouldn't you know it, the day got away from me yet again. I don't think we're going to be planting any seeds today. We could probably do that tomorrow. But I did want to show you, I think it's still light enough to see, my natural hippie weed spray is actually working pretty good. Surprisingly, you can see around the lawnmower and the propane tank here where the grass is starting to die. And then over here where I've got my tires up, you can see that this grass doesn't look good. It's suffering a little bit. And over here under the tank as well. Actually, this is a good example because you can see where the legs of the tank block the spray and the grass still looks really good. And on either side, it's starting to burn a little bit. So I think the verdict is that spray does work. The question is now, how long will this last? How good of control will it be? Am I gonna just have to reapply this constantly, or will this actually kill the root? I'm not really sure. And I'm wondering too about timing. If I would have sprayed the grass when it was just coming up, if that might have been a little bit better for a long-term solution. But I don't know. We live and we learn. Well, there's still a ton of work to do on this tractor, but I think that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.